Resident Evil 9 is a fantastic game and an even better Resident Evil game. After finishing the saga of Ethan Winters, who is the worst character in the series, ew, yucky, we finally get to continue the action horror gameplay complete with the camp the series is known for, a la Resident Evil 4 or 6, if you wanna remember that. And Leon is back! Hooray! The game has two protagonists, newcomer Grace Ashcroft and old head Leon S. Kennedy. Grace's gameplay is very similar to Resident Evil 7 and 8. She's scared, she's under-equipped, she's nervous, and Leon has given her this giant hand cannon that is quite frankly about the size of her forearm and that she can barely handle. With a single bullet too, might I add. This is the Requiem, Grace's oh shit button, and where the subtitle of the game comes from. Since Grace is kind of pathetic, and not skilled at combat, well, at least, in the Resident Evil universe, I mean, who could be prepared to fight a tyrant? This is her get out of the jail free card. Grace's gameplay is all about being stealthy and avoiding combat as much as possible. She's all about managing resources and not dying to the big scary bitch whose diet consists of human heads. It's, by default, first person. It's slower and not as bombastic or action-oriented. You're more oriented towards hiding from enemies and avoiding fights when you can. By contrast, Leon's gameplay is more akin to Resident Evil 4 and 6, but we don't talk about 6. Leon, who is age 51 now, by the way, is still delivering better beatdowns than a Brexit geezer who's 4 pints in and watching his team lose at the telly. After 3+ games of getting fucked over with zombies in every situation, Leon has come prepared for every situation. He's equipped with an unbreakable axe, a sharpener for said axe, a gun, the Requiem, at least for a little bit, and his rugged charm. Leon also gets access to a store, an item box that functions more as a merchant, though it is very underbaked, all things considered. It doesn't have the Spanish charm or the thank you that we have come to know and love, but it does add a little bit of variety to the game. Much to my surprise, the game's story isn't split 50-50. You don't play as each character equally. You go, from the start, you go from Grace, then you go to Leon, then you go back to Grace, and then Leon again. You start as Grace, though, investigating a murder that happened at the same place your mom was murdered, right in front of you, by the way. Your shithead boss sent you alone, and without any backup, or, I don't know, he just, I mean, would you send your employee to where their mom was murdered? I wouldn't. That's just, everything about that is the most unrealistic part of the game, including the zombies. With all that being said, Grace is without a doubt the best newcomer to the series we've had in a long time. I don't count Ethan. Ethan is a bland character. Being a bland character and a normal guy doesn't make you an interesting character or a good character. So no, Ethan is bad, Grace is good. She's believable, she acts reasonable, and you feel a genuine connection with her. Probably helps because she's not Ethan Winters. And whoever did her voice acting must have been set on fire in the booth, because whenever she screams, god damn, it's scary. It's like real fear. That sounds real. Anyways, you continue exploring the hotel where your mom was murdered. You have a flashback of her mom being murdered, and decide to leave, only to find out that, nope, you're not actually leaving. You're fucked. You're stuck there. Gameplay in Requiem is definitely the best in the series. Considering 4 and, God forbid, 6, if you count that, this is the most agile and fluid Leon has felt. With his melee attacks and his executions and his parrying, it all feels amazing. Whether you're using just a regular handgun to blow off a zombie's jaw or you're using the Requiem to instantly delete someone, it all feels good. It feels good to play. Like, I have gone back and replayed it multiple times now just for the gameplay. Not only that, the entire story, all the story sequences, all of it is just amazing. You go from survival horror to racing on motorbikes across literal fucking buildings to having a Gears of War cover shooter. But it doesn't feel like it overstays its welcome because all the moments are quick and they get you when you're least expecting it, and it feels great. This is definitely the best numbered Resident Evil since 4. Maybe not if you like 7. If you like 7, you might not like a fun game, a good game.
But if you don't like 7, if 7 isn't your favorite, you will enjoy this a lot more. Resident Evil Requiem is a love letter to the series, and an even greater survival horror game filled with genuine love and care for the series and this game, and you can easily tell that by the way the game is crafted. You should definitely play it. Fans of the series will love the fan service without it being a blatant cash grab, especially with going back to Raccoon City, where Leon's journey began. Once again, Resident Evil Requiem is an 8 out of 10. The only thing I can complain about is that I want more. There's not a lot of replayability. That's my only issue with the game is that there's besides doing all the challenges, there's not much left or not much else to do outside of speedrunning. But even with all that, it's still an 8 out of 10. I would rather have a well-crafted game, a shorter well-crafted game than a longer game that's bloated. I recommend you pick this up as soon as possible. I wouldn't even wait for a sale. This is just that good. Especially with going back to Raccoon City, where Leon, especially going, I'm gonna kill someone.